in downtown Los Angeles. Twitch chat, it's a pleasure to have you here. I know that you're currently being productive and constructive in chat right now. Now, if you're interested in watching in another language, over at PCGamingShow.com, we have German, Spanish, Russian, Chinese. Feel free to head there or stay right here for English coverage.
不過今日因為打風就翻咗屋企，可能個咪啊所有嘢都冇咁清楚啦。
This is the PC Gaming Show, live from the Theater at Ace Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, California.
聲音畫面有冇問題 ？game 聲會唔會太大？ 唔係 game 聲先，嗰個蘇嘅 game 蘇嗰個聲，係咩直接留言版唔好咩？留言版應該縮細啲一陣。呢個咪太細聲，我試一試先。個咪最大噶咯，原來聲，同埋冇計嘅。屋企個咪炸啲之餘，我屋企都唔可以咁大聲。我反而細聲啲嗰個佢嘅聲，希望聽到我講嘢。點解唔整埋？冇喺屋企冇咁多嘢 set 嚟，就好似喺屋企會開呢啲直播。今日係打風，冇計。不過第日開波係 PC Gaming Show 都唔會，我諗唔會有咩特別嘢。應該話唔知佢有啲咩，會 2K 喎，一開波就 2K 吸引喎 ，2K 冇衰 game 嘅喎，冇差嘅遊戲嘅喎。阿蕭會掛住打新 game， 一啲都唔理 EV 啦佢。有啊，不過我未咁得閒整啊。慢慢先教翻好嗰個直播，咪要 set 我都想淨係喺翻去 studio 先 set 咯。屋企啲臨時用嘅啫。你快叫思路唔好打機啦，開 E3啦。照片啊 ，War of the Choice 應該係啦。有冇人玩開 XCOM 嘅？呢隻好 hardcore 嘅戰鬥遊戲 ，hardcore 到不得了。我玩咗好短時間就已經放棄。我都唔記得 share 翻個，係啊，留翻個 like 啦，冇訂閱嘅訂閱翻啦，等我 share 翻去呢個 Facebook 先。
So they were designed to be the ultimate enemies of XCOM. They are three almost champions of the alien army, and they have three very distinct personalities and three very distinct fighting styles. And the player's going to get to know those very well because over the course of a whole game, they're going to fight each of those chosen multiple times. And
因為打福會唔會多啲人睇咧？好似真係多少人睇喎。
So in a sense, it's not like a normal enemy where you might see a chosen in one battle and a chosen in the next. It will be the same chosen again and again and again, getting new strengths.
That's right. That's right. And so they always have something new up their sleeve because they're always learning sort of new tricks.
Well, you mentioned the personalities of the different chosen. Walk me through who the chosen are and what these strengths and weaknesses might be.
Yeah. So for example, there's the assassin.
唔係一個一般人玩嘅 game。我大聲少少，好冇問題。我驚佢遮咗我嘅聲。
A natural expression of identity.
We're bringing back some familiar elements from earlier games, yes.
佢啲人設唔係好靚喎。
But combat-wise, she's a mix of stealth and close quarters combat, so she can vanish from sight, and she uses that to get in close on the soldiers and use her blade. So, like the other chosen, she's very powerful, and she has a sort of unique fighting style that the player hasn't seen before.
And we've talked about this new obstacle in the form of the chosen. You know, mentioned the assassin. Who are the other two?
There's the hunter. That's more of a long-range sniper.
Yeah.
And then we have the warlock, which is, you know, a warlock. So, doesn't he look like a warlock? So yeah, they all have very unique skill sets, and so it's fun to fight each other.
一般唔玩 game 主要佢咧，可能有啲人冇玩過啦。佢係計算多之餘咧，佢係塔死咗係真係死咗啊！嗰個角色。呢個有啲似嗰個咩咧？日系 game 嗰隻以前嗰隻火焰之紋章，一樣係死就係死。
But for the player to get access to those, first they have to
普遍每一關嘅難度都好高。
recruit them to the XCOM cause. But when you do, you have access to the most powerful soldiers we've ever
可以無視人製作嘅，我哋啲大愛啊，兩邊都要睇。
That's right, the Reapers. So they are sort of stealth marksmen and saboteurs.
佢會唔會淨係想過埋嗰個大佬先至睇醫生？咁可能唔使睇㗎。
Look at those fingers.
Hello.
Yeah, so they're half alien human hybrids, and they're sort of like single soldier wrecking crews. They're really
我屋企直播可能會多啲雜聲，唔好意思。
They're the most mysterious of the factions. They are psionic wildlings.
屋企個器材冇咁好啊。
Because they build up power over multiple
cam 都冇，不過應該冇影響嘅。cam 開唔開 cam？
So it's sort of like a mini resource management mechanic specifically for the Templar.
It definitely is. There's trade-offs there where as they gain focus, you don't want to keep it because
冇啊！個留言板真係求其 set 圖，其實有冇？我覺得冇乜重要，不過有好似留底啊，好少少啦。喺電腦睇嗰陣時。
And though we didn't see them too much, I wanted to get the chance for you to talk about them a little more now. Who are they?
Right. So the Lost, this comes out of the idea that the original alien invasion happened 20 years ago. And in that invasion, the aliens destroyed some of the greatest cities of the world, and we've never been back. So in War of the Chosen, we go back. And what you find there are the Lost. These
I thought that everyone in the cities died, but apparently they're alive.
香港所有嘅 channel 都應該要去，當然包括 level up 啦，跟住訂閱我。
Yeah, these are heavily mutated humans, and a single Lost is not going to pose much of a challenge.
Sure.
But unfortunately, you don't fight single Lost. They move in large swarms, and so when you go into the cities, these swarms are drawn to the sound of combat, and they never stop coming. And there is a silver lining, which is that the Lost don't like aliens either. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah, so once the Lost show up, then everybody's fighting for their lives.
And I know that a big hallmark of the XCOM games is the sort of tactical maneuvers.
我諗我等正式出先玩啦。而家我最期待聽日究竟係咪真係足球小將係一個問題。如果係咧，我可能係 live 到聽晚嘅 live 玩足球小將玩到去聽晚嘅 EV。
You're fighting the Advent at the same time. It makes for some very, very beautiful chaos. It is definitely unlike any other XCOM missions you've played.
Well, Jake, you're the first guest out, so I'm going to ask you the big question.
Okay.
When do we get to play it?
We get to play this. War of the Chosen comes out August 29th, so very soon.
2 months.
That's right, very soon on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. So people should follow XCOM on Twitter and Facebook if they want to keep up with all the latest XCOM information.
係咪喪屍 game？
Jake didn't want to do this, but I'm going to follow Jake on Twitter. It's at Solomon Jake. Follow him, say hello, and tell him you're proud to be a follower.
Yes, please, thank you. I don't like self-promotion.
Don't worry, I got you covered. At Jake Solomon.
Thank you.
It's at Jake Solomon. At Jake Solomon. Thanks so much for joining me today. Jake Solomon, creative director of XCOM 2.
Thank you. Thanks.
Now, as some of you may know, I am not the only host at this event.
睇重溫都好長所以我而家就整嘅，唔知大家有冇睇啦？大家可以睇下啦。我應該每一日都會將嗰日嗰啲廠咧，每一個整合懶人包拍多一段出嚟講佢公佈嘅新 game。Day One E3出咗㗎啦。本來今日想整第二集嘅啫 ，Xbox 啊嗰啲，但係因為打風冇辦法。
And it is from an impressive studio of only 2 people called Glumberlands. So it's kind of a mashup between Harvest Moon meets Pokemon meets Adventure Time, but even cuter, if you can imagine that. So I'm going to show you how to grow and customize your Ooblets in this exclusive trailer.
呢句講下呢個係咪2個人做啊？2個人做嘅 game 嚟嘅。哇，好 indie game feel 嘅。Games Fest 想轉一轉個 style， 所以我做原因都係因為 Games Fest 既然都唔係好做，暫時唔係好做 game， 咁我咪定一定睇啦。我自己搞呢個咁嘅 channel 仔試一試啦。啲公仔唔會太益智，我唔啱呢味喎。啱啊，個字，我嘢對線嘅，可以自己砌屋我就即刻對線嘅當係。喂，話燒打爆機都唔揾我嘅，係咪知道講 PC Gaming Show 呢啲佢放棄咗？你等下一個 UP 啊！唉，又係2018年嘅 game， 下等半年咁樣唔係辦法㗎。喂，核像嗰啲嘅機械人喎，呢啲即刻由移動向即刻變成大人向。哦，整埋張圖。Turn base 嘅，喂，即刻諗起佢呢個似呢個咩啊 ？Fun Mission 啊，前線任務啊，超任嗰隻咧。我有呢啲講啲咁老嘅 game， 應該冇人知道。
Is Jordan, Wiseman, and Mitch Gittleman. Welcome, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you up on stage.
Thank you very much.
Woo! Yes, that's the spirit. Oh, hell yeah. Now, there's been a lot of games based on Battletech. Tell us about this incarnation.
By all means, Battletech is a modern, turn-based tactical game set within the MechWarrior universe. There's going to be 3 modes of play. A single-player skirmish, a multiplayer skirmish, and then our open-ended mercenary campaign.
Well, I want to hop straight into some of that single-player content by taking a journey to the Argo. I understand that, you know, there's all sorts of combat goodies that we're going to see in a moment, but the Argo is in between missions. Walk us through what we're seeing.
Right, so the Argo is a broken down hulk of a spaceship from a bygone era, and it is your mercenary command center. You could take it all over space, going from star system to star system, and taking mercenary jobs from all sorts of different people, from dictators all the way up to the noble houses. From there you can also command your entire mercenary crew. There's Samiri, she's your navigator, and you command her and all of your mech warriors as you take your jobs and upgrade your ship.
I'm curious a little bit about the storyline in the single player.
Sure. So you're going to see in a few moments Lady Kamea Arano. She's a deposed ruler. Her throne was taken by her uncle, and you are going to jump in
好硬派喎
and
呢啲。
help her regain her throne.
Of course.
It's been plunged. The whole space has been plunged into a bloody civil war.
And these, of course, are the tools of negotiation and diplomacy called battle mechs. And here in the mech bay, which is one of the key components of the Argo, you're able to customize the mechs, adding different weapons, changing out weapons, armor, heat sinks.
有啲講㗎啦。
Your master of
啲人過晒你度，
你掛住打機。
過晒度。我哋睇緊邊條啊？睇緊邊條片啊？
我睇緊 Twitch TV 嗰條。
Twitch TV 嗰條有冇條拎俾我哋？
你撳唔上 Twitch 撳呢個，佢睇頭版㗎啦，23。
Twitch TV。唉，好難打啊！最後隻喎。
爆機啊！
我記啦。我諗住上網同人打，點知原來冇人上網打。有 gap。
冇人好似你咁唔尊重呢個行業㗎嘛。
係咯，屌！阿先 EP 2017 Twitch TV 冇喎，邊度啊？
冇啊。
哦 ，EP on Twitch 嗰條啊？
係啊。 第一隻講呢個 XCOM 出照片啊，XCOM 2。
要聽廣告喎而家。頂佢個肺。
PC Gaming Show 唔知點揾係咪？我唔知 search 啲咩喎。呢個最簡單。
好，睇下先。誒，睇到啦，有啦，有得睇啦。
呢隻就叫做 BattleTech 嘅 turn-based 戰略遊戲。
X 講啲 friend 喎。
不過呢個一望咧，因為機械人咧，我即刻諗咧係前線任務嘅分 mission 啊！之前咧超任年代嗰隻咧。
OK。揾唔到就直播 level up 直播。OK。
Case 今日唔喺度啊！今日打風啊！我喺屋企直播，所以咩都差啲啦，又變翻做。
好，繼續。我冇畫面咩？唔好意思啊。唔好意思啊。I'm so sorry。開播。
XCOM 機械人版呢個。
I said that we're live, right?
We'll allow it. There you go. What you just saw there is melee. One of the things we're really excited about.
佢燉啊啲係。
Weapon systems. They're giant, armored suits.
唔得，我覺得回合制 game 做到咁真係好鳩啊！
睇你中唔中意玩啦。
我中意玩 turn base 啊，但係佢做到咁樣嘅畫面咧，唔知啊，我覺得。我以前係好中意玩 turn base game 嘅，即係機戰嗰啲咧，其實我好中意嘅，因為我玩炎龍騎士唔大噶嘛。炎龍啦，跟住有一隻叫做古文明霸王傳，冇玩過肥哥？
邊隻啊？
古文明霸王傳。
唔知喎，咩嚟㗎？
台灣嘅 turn base game 咯，都係啲有得轉職嘅嘢。
應該冇玩過啦。我印象中都冇乜玩過台灣嘅 turn base game。
And if you're interested in a used mech, this is the guy to talk to.
That's right.
Now I'd like to state
啲動作真係硬到咧。
BattleTechGame.com. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Jordan, Mitch, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Cheers.
食雞煲啊嘛，幾時啊？
無啦啦會變食雞煲。
係啊，佢個請我食雞煲。
我冇嘅咩？
係啊，乜都拗啊！呢度屌呢個台，觀眾又要拗啦，跟住錢又要拗啦 ，game 又要拗啦。
So I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just get right into it. We're going to check out the trailer for Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord.
你除咗先咩？其實我而家好賺佢。
哇！啲畫面爛到
手機 game 嚟啦，可能係。
唔係，可能我太膚淺啫，可能佢其實好靚。
其實只不過係一隻可以諗住手機平台嘅 game。
好似嗰啲咩Mount and Blade 啊，騎馬與砍殺啊嗰個。呢啲 game 好多人玩喎，呢啲 game 好中意。
我對呢啲 game 全部都係零認識。
你都唔係你唔玩外國 game 唔同我。
係啊，我真係唔玩，我都係其實中意台灣同埋日系 game， 可能因為真係睇得明咧，同埋近。我個人
好雜食下嘅，我咩都得嘅。
我真係
我唔揀雜食。 我呢隻其實幾刺激㗎喎，如果
嗰邊有人講有班人咩話嗰邊
Line Play 啊嘛，係啊係啊，睇個感覺係啊。如果你多人玩，你好刺激㗎，你好鬼熱血㗎。
UB 如果睇時間表就係4點好似有。
有咩講錯？我冇啊，冇留意講咩㗎。我英文唔好啊，放心啦。我完全純粹就係我自己睇估嘅啫。
我哋純粹係集合埋大家啲講中文嘅一齊睇嘅啫。
係啊係啊，你哋識英文嗰啲幫我快個極速解翻譯可以。我呢半桶水英文嚟嘅啫。係咪咩孖人卑二啊？其實就係。
人哋講咗話係喎，我見你呢邊講咗。
係啊，嗰個 friend 嚟㗎。
哦。
係啦係啦，孖人卑二。佢講呢隻公佈咗好耐其實。我就係我班 friend 中意玩呢隻 game 啊！
有 fans，
好熱血㗎呢隻 game 其實。
我嗰邊話好多時候見到呢啲角色就好難得嘅心肝玩。
係啊，但係你突破咗咧，你接受咗呢啲咁嘅核突角色咧，其實唔係核突嘅，風格 style 唔同啫。
唔中意啊！歐美係我全部都唔。有人話睇得明嘅 game 先至係我要玩嘅重要元素，都係嘅。我都幾緊要睇得明嘅其實。
It's Total War Warhammer 2. I'm joined by Al Bickham from Creative Assembly.
Hey,
how's it going, Al?
Yeah, really good. Good to be here.
So tell me, what is it that's been going on since your announcement a few months ago?
Quite a lot, really. I mean, this is we're working on the second game in our trilogy. It's going to be every bit as big.
唔係，始終看圖作咩有啲嘢你投入唔到噶嘛，有啲時候
係英文算好啦，日文有時嗰時唔識都咁玩啦，其實 OK 嘅。
都唔係啊！你諗下 RPG 真係有中文爭好遠。
梗係啦，而家嘅中壞咗啦。我都諗下，都係諗翻以前咧，即係連漢字都冇嗰陣時咧，全日文，但唔知我會玩㗎。
咁啊係，
即係好似
你家超都係日文㗎啦。
係咯，即係好似 DQ。
但係你可以爆晒嘅。
係啊，我 DQ 第一集、第二集嗰陣時，我細個我都唔知玩乜，我唔知佢講乜，不斷喺度打怪升 level，跟住唔識。
Total War Warhammer。
喂，呢隻唔使諗，我係唔係好豪啊呢
個。我收翻呢一個，而家香港淨係得10隻嘅黃色 Switch 掣先。要還嘅大佬，借翻嚟俾你睇。
That's what we'll be showing today.
And we're going to be looking at what is called a quest battle between the High Elves and the Lizardmen. Walk us through a little bit of what we're about to see.
Okay, so this is we're about to show some footage from a quest battle for Krokgar, who's one of the legendary lords.
哦，我呢邊有人俾佢呃咗買第一集加 DLC 喎，佢哋話。
邊隻啊
？Warhammer。
The masked Lizardman forces trying to oust the High Elves as they try and.
都唔好話啱嘅。
Power side of the Lizardmen.
Well, I'm very excited to take a look. It's going to be some in-game footage from the battle.
把聲好聽唔係啩？你只係純粹真啦思路啫，我諗。
但係我呢邊大金主喎，但係 Table Fish 有啲大金主。
Table Fish 都係我而家一個最大嘅金主，因為就係得一腳。佢係兩邊最大嘅金主。
取代咗 Peter 嘅地位啦，Table Fish
好嘅，可以共存嘅。
唔係啊，要隻抽啊兩邊啤圖啊！
你咩抽法？
點見得啲金主勁啊，大佬啊！我係你啊，再貨啦！我係你就
得閒嚟呢邊貨下咯。
我中唔中意玩日本風格 game 咪到？我係淨係中意玩日本風格 game 啊！即係歐美係嗰啲 game 都唔中。其實 Mon Hun 我都唔係好中意㗎，原因就係因為 Mon Hun 我都覺得 Mon Hun 唔係日系 game 啫嘛。其實 Mon Hun 我都係偏美系 game 嚟。
9月28。
September 28th, Al. That is the first time.
細個時啲 game 又係又英又日咁樣都唔識睇，而家冇啦，而家自然有咗中文 RPG 咧，真係好玩好多咯。
個黃色手掣玩完要還㗎，以為買咗，我都話借嘅，連埋隻 game 都係借翻嚟㗎。
個黃色手掣有咩特別啊？咪就係黃色係嘛？
色咯，靚，黐線靚啊，配色啊 ，fashion 嘅色條鐵咩？
你喺 game 時玩啊，咪自己玩啊。
聽日咯。
但係玩風橫雨，唉，真麻鬼煩。
睇下有冇落雨咯，聽日。
最憎嘅打風嘅真係。
落雨呢個嚟呢度玩。
here at
所以
E3
爭
this
大
week.
風嘅真係。
等你又唔尊重下呢個行業。
Take control of the lizard men in that battle
有直
and
播玩下，
experience
我
that
都冇玩過。
immense diversity and all the
好
crazy
難玩啊！
stuff
但係
that's
真
going
係
on in their army.
我俾你玩一次嚟一次，
They're
太
essentially
勁
an
啦呢
army
啲。
of ancient spacefaring dinosaurs, and they, small dinosaurs that ride big dinosaurs with Aztec space lasers, and it's,
竟然有70
playing
嘅人
with Warhammer.
琴晚100幾添啊，雖然多得阿 K 細。
但我未睇翻琴晚B 廠啊。
哦，我睇咗啦，我睇咗啦。
我淨係知有 Dom 同埋Fallout 嘅 VR 啫嘛。
喂，我期待 Fallout VR 啦。
有啲咩玩之後？
之後好啦，佢出都係講咁，即係喺會出
Skyrim
啫嘛，喺 Switch 度。呢個我覺得即係啲人好似好興奮啦，但係我咁我又唔係冇玩過，我話覺得冇特別。即係你又好似之前公布 Mon 咁，你起碼你都知道啊高清咁有啲邊分別啦。
係。
From both games, yeah.
Well, I understand you have presence here at E3, not just in this show, but also on the floor. What are players going to get the chance to play?
MX 叫日系，我始終都唔可能唔係我長大嗰個年代嘅 game，所以我都唔係話太中意 MX，不是太喜歡。
我反而安山頭我淨係玩早期嗰啲咯，即係啱啱出過1、2集咧。
對 PSP 嗰集咯。
跟住玩得最耐嘅就係 PC online 嗰隻啦。
online 我都冇玩過，因為嗰陣時就玩。
因為我其實都中意玩嘅，不過我唔中意嗰陣時咧，你一定要出街同人練咧，因為冇網上嘅，冇得網上連線噶嘛，即係你叫佢最 hit 嗰陣時係 PSP 版啊嘛。
手指嗰陣啊嘛 ，WiFi 手指嗰陣。
係啊 ，PSP 版啲人中意落去麥記打噶嘛，我懶啊，我唔中意出街嘅呢啲，我夠毒㗎，所以唔想出街。所以 PC 出 online 嗰時，我就同啲 friend 又係咁玩嚟玩。
Today I want to talk to you guys about
喂，呢個好出名嘅實況主喎。
best card games out there because it basically just does everything right.
啲人有冇睇開咧？佢之前玩好多 game 都好 hardcore 㗎，呢個人玩。
玩卡 game 嗰啲。
佢唔係嘅，唔係佢打機咯，仲有個 game 嚟嘅。係呢排係打 game。佢之前玩 Diablo 玩得好
hardcore。And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the worldwide debut of the Wonderland Dreams trailer.
The Wonderland Dream Trailer.
好勁！呢隻卡 game 其實咪又係咯嗱。
I have a book for thee, like no other. Each page a window to a long.
阿軒應該去緊 UB 㗎啦，準備緊。
話時話點解龍珠隻格鬥 game 咁受注目？因為佢用嗰個方式係似以前超武鬥傳嗰種玩法咧，啲人有種懷舊啊，係咯。
因為自從超任之後咧，就已經冇乜點。但係我今日咧去良品嘅時候咧，嗰班職員話咧，其實以前 3DS 係出過一隻咁樣 2.5D 嘅格鬥嘅，但係買唔起，佢哋出唔到街。咁所以呢一隻突然之間就令到好多人都好似有期待，但係其實都唔係話好新。
呢隻卡 game 都幾 hit 嘅，但係我唔想喺手機玩。我本來佢
呢隻係咪街機嗰隻啊？
唔係，佢出咗手機，出咗 Steam 版嘅。我本來想玩 Steam 版，但係佢封咗香港個區域。手機冇嘅，手機冇封嘅。佢係玩法係似龍石，但係我覺得佢個變化多過龍石。
有冇咁多 random draw 啊？
冇咁多嘅。唔係所有其實個玩法卡 game 其實random draw 其實 random draw 就梗㗎啦，但係問題
有冇咁多咯？
我中意有啲多啲可以即時回應嘅卡咯。
個 treat 可唔可以大聲少少好？但係我驚會遮住肥波把聲啊，所以我盡力。
我屋企個咪比較細聲。
男士通常有分到 UB， 係啊，咁點啊男？
人啊，總有好多人去嘅，去唔晒嘅。
我哋冇份咯。
期望下年有咯。
阿軒都去啦，唔知出咁做乜鳩啊軒。啊，我夜叉嚟㗎，我原來夜叉嚟。
因為除咗龍珠冇乜嘢
係。啊，肥波好大聲啊！講翻佢先。
冇機會大聲唔係啩？
使你我呢度教，我呢度教。
I'm a software guy. You're the gamers. All these announcements are very relevant to everything we do. 2016 was an amazing year by all measures in gaming. Look at the number of live streams in Twitch. Over 2 million new live streams. Over 300 million esports.
我發覺 PC game 呢啲眼都唔係好啱我睇。
2017 is going to be even more
我真係睇
amazing.
UB 同睇 Sony 嘅全等數。
你中意嘅 game 範疇唔係好多啫，你唔
係咯，
你唔
好撚雜啊，好撚雜我中意嗰啲嘢。
You are the ones that bring the innovation that we create. You drive us to innovate. You are on the edge of technology all the time with you. You have that instinct on what the new capabilities are that we need to deliver. And then you have this amazing, inclusive, and social environment. Young,
今日係
male,
Sony
female,
PC
tech,
game 同
non-tech.
埋 UB，
Millions
咁
of
嘅
people
係聽
getting
日，
together, inspiring
咁
each
嘅聽日
other to immerse themselves in this environment. Now it starts
我
at Intel
之
with
前玩嗰台
amazing
嗰隻龍珠
hardware
係同人
technology.
game 嚟㗎喎，雖然佢
We
真係
talked
做得
about
幾
the
好嘅。
launch we had 2 weeks ago of our X series platforms. Now, you gaming enthusiasts will love the Core i7X overclocking capability. It's an amazing system. And you megatasters who want to game, create, stream will love the beast of them all, the Core i9 Extreme Edition, an amazing system for this environment. Now, as a software person, I love this environment. I love this hardware. Because why? It gives software people less time waiting, more time creating that amazing content. I work with over 1 million gaming developers to ensure they take full advantage of all that innovation we put on our platforms. Whether it's working on the caching algorithms or the high-density graphics or multi-core, it doesn't matter, all the different areas, the best-known methods. We ensure these millions of developers are making the most out of that platform, delivering the best content. Then we work to market that so that all the gamers out here, the billions of gamers, know the new compelling content that's available.
我邊話走開啦，I9又散熱高。
呢個係咪
And
廣
this
告
is just
位
an
嚟嘅？
example
佢講所有我
of
都唔
some of
明
the
嘅。
titles we work with. I'm sure you recognize a lot of these titles. These are just a few examples, whether it's Halo Wars 2 or Overwatch,
未睇到。
or in the VR space, where it's Arizona Sunshine or The Unspoken. We're working with all these content
全部
providers to
槍
ensure we
game，
take full
耶！
advantage of all those new
期
capabilities.
待咧，Destiny
How many
咯，
people have heard
呢
of
堆
Destiny?
咧我最期待係。
Yeah. I couldn't be more excited to tell you that
我哋會俾人屌，我哋用
Activision
YouTube
bring
Live 嚟直播
Destiny
出個 live 喎。
to the PC.
冇啊，咁有冇
That-
YouTube 啊？
yes, we're
我
bringing
費事
it to
揾
PC,
就懶
yes,
揾
bring it
啦
up.。
算啦，俾人 ban 啦，唔撚嚟計。
That experience is
Destiny 2
absolutely
係我最期
amazing.
待 Destiny。
And I can't think of a better person to talk about how amazing that experience is than the full-time live Twitch streamer and YouTube broadcaster. Welcome on stage, Tefty Teft.
係咪又係勁人嚟㗎？應該係。
應該係啦。
Hey, Tefty.
Hey, Doug. How you doing?
Good. Great to see you.
外國嗰啲我熟唔晒啦，
So
大佬。
you really do.
應該係啲好出名嘅。
Tweet 嗰啲直播。
佢頭先話 Tweet 埋 YouTube 喎。
係啊，我認得佢，我睇過，有睇過。
係啊，所以我真係唔識。
好零碎嘅歡呼聲。
因為冇人識。其實應該好勁。
I know a lot about Destiny and I play a lot of it.
你走到興奮應該走個 PD 派出嚟興奮啦。
PD 派民用啲咯啲嘢。竟然到我上去黐緊一種掣啊！你哋。
How is it going to transfer? How is the experience going to go from console to
PC? Are
they going to actually be able to deliver? And I can say 100%.
我下年去到現場，我都要用自己打氣啦，我都打硬卡啦。下年呢個時間，我同肥波唔要喺度開 live。
我要喺嗰度開 live。
我要喺嗰度開 live。仆街。
So, is anybody else here going to be able to participate and play with this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's going to be on the it's going to be on the show floor. The other thing too is they've got tons of PC support as well that's being added to it. So 4K.
Sony 幾點啊？我先。
It's got 21:9 ratio.
最後
frame rates. I mean, for
唔
me,
係，
I'm going to be looking
係喎
at
UB 先喎。
higher for FPS because it's going to be so nice. And yes, absolutely. On top of that, Bungie has told me something specific that is exciting for the high CPU core count chips. They are optimizing the engine so it will take advantage of all the cores in your CPU. So if you do have an i9 Extreme which, hey, you know, maybe hook me up. If you have an i9 Extreme, it will be able to take advantage of all those cores. That's great. As an enthusiast, PC enthusiast myself, I'm very excited about that potential for Destiny 2. I can't wait to run it out with as many frames as possible.
Well, fantastic. You guys all have a chance to take a look at it. Maybe you and I can play later today. That'd
be great.
All right.
It's going to be on the E3 show floor. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Doug.
Big hand.
我最興奮係佢走過客嗰啲人。
我好撚賤啊！真係我哋。
Nothing says it like that, right? All right.
Nothing
so
says it
it's not
like
just about the top 8 list titles, but also it's about the broad set of developers we participate with. The independent developers. You can see examples of properties that they've developed. We want to make sure everybody's developing and creating content on the PC to create more and more opportunity.
我哋唔係淨係照顧大平台嘅，其實好多 indie 嘅 game 我哋都會照顧得到嘅。
會你放一部。
Take a look at the Intel. You got Green Man Gaming, Epic, and Razer sponsoring this event. We have real luminaries judging, like Tim Schafer. Tim Schafer is going to be judging this contest. The winner will be announced at PAX West in Seattle in September. I encourage you to participate. It's a great event. It's a great opportunity for independent developers to get involved and participate. And why do we care? As a software guy, why do we care? Because we want more and more content out there, more opportunities for games for others to participate. We want to discover the next big thing on the PC. We don't know where it's going to come from. So we want lots of people participating on our platform so that the next big thing is built on top of the PC.
OK 啊，問點解 IGN 冇直播 PC game？ 好似有啊，GameSpot 我見到有。
You can participate as well. I'm certain as you're participating in a game, you've thought of something new, unique that you'd like to bring to reality. This is your opportunity to be one of those developers as well, or at least influence one of those developers.
推啲 indie game 啊，推啲人開發啊。
知有冇聽錯啊？就係話其實佢搞咗頭先個活動咧，就係想推啲人整多啲 game。
係咯，整多啲 game 啊，
多啲 content。
indie game 其實好多 content 都好。
eSport Arena 喎。
好多好玩。We have a landmark deal with ESL. Intel is now the global technology provider for esports.
新比賽喎 ESL 喎，攞住踢喎。
ESL 唔係啊，唔係新㗎，ESL 年年都有嘅。
但係今年係咪有翻嗰個叫咩啊？WCG 係咪有翻咁年？
好似係。
我啲聽下話 WCG 有翻喎。
停咗多年㗎啦，嗰時韓國搞。不過而家好多電競比賽啦，都啲平台多到。
In esports, and that's why we're excited with Oculus, ESL, and Intel are sponsoring the Grand Slam event.
公佈咗咩嘛電競同音樂節一齊咁樣搞喺呢個中環係嘛？海濱乜乜嗰度。
Will be the Grand Slam winner.
嗰個 ESL 㗎，即係
唔，我話即係咁啱講開 eSport 睇下啫，幫佢哋賣下廣告啊，攞錢踢萬歲啊
！Able Fish 你個人好假，我睇晒話俾你知，我睇晒兩邊度。
哇！好似好多獎金咁噃。
金主爆炸。
About the announcement today around Echo Arena. They've taken this property and now are making it VR multiplayer. Do you guys see that?
VR 比賽喎 ，Echo Arena 喎。
Multiplayer VR experience and bringing it to life.
屌你 VR 都唔係好民用啫，點樣比賽啊
？So excited about it at Intel, and we want so many people to start participating with it. We are sponsoring a deal in conjunction with Oculus to make this available.
Oculus.
Free of charge for limited time at launch, so all of you can play with this game free of charge starting July 20th. And you now can participate, learn, and become an expert in VR gaming. Now I know when you become an expert, what do you want to do? You want to showcase those skills. Wouldn't it be awesome if you had an opportunity to showcase those skills?
可唔可以免費買個 VR 啊
？Oculus 都唔係好貴啫 ，Oculus 3000幾4000啊？
都係唔捨得買㗎，幾多錢都好，因為少 game 啊 VR。
Challenge in the VR arena, and everybody's going to compete in the
VR challenge 哦。
At the Intel Extreme Masters, where the finals will be
有冇得拗佢咧？
2018
即刻就諗啱佢，
即刻就諗啱啦呢啲嘢，大佬。
今晚屋企成日都冇啊，今晚因為打風啊，我冇翻時條佢都
我邊人話限時免費啊！
冇人會翻呢個時候打風會翻去公司做嘢啊嘛，冇咁黐線喎。
Hello，hello。
黐線 ，hello，hello。You'll have a chance to win one of these prizes just by participating in this challenge.
啊，第一嗰個係攞
攞
翻部電腦翻去啊？做乜鳩啊？
So it's a great opportunity to play, participate, and bring up that.
大佬你冇錢嘅唔好講嘢啦。
4000蚊都話唔貴啊嘛。好貴啊，好貴啊！唔係你俾你最 HTC 咪平咯？你咁樣諗。HTC 個真係貴啊，8000幾蚊。雖然佢嗰個真係最好玩。
我變埋最 challenge 應該係攞筆錢啲嚟買 VR。好撚差。
So I'm stepping away now. I'm going to go up and look at the Echo platform, Echo Arena, and see how it goes, and I'll be back in a minute. So Sean.
It was a pleasure to have you. Thanks for all the great announcements. And of course, thanks again to Intel for sponsoring this event. Keep in mind, if you look at the time, we're not even halfway done yet. We have all sorts of
可唔可以
games
skip 咗我想睇 game？ 好啦，如果一 skip 我 skip 咗啦，我哋做咁你講到。有嘢睇啦。
Coming up, Brendan Green joins us to talk about the future of his smash hit Player Unknown.
Battleground.
And a new game from Play Entertainment. Back to you, Sean.
播錯片啊佢，冇獎先喎。
點解可以整到咁樣
我有冇睇 VR 唔係 X 個龍珠？我最中意就係個龍珠到而家為止啊！
And I just want to hear more about it. And luckily, I've got the perfect person to talk to.
係咯，亞軍係 laptop 黐線。
唔好食嘢唔得喎，一定要食嘢嘅喎，唔食嘢點撐
Secret legend, but you've got some special announcements. I saw some secretive tweets from the Dicey Twitter account. Yeah, do you want to talk about that? Well, you're exactly right. We were known as Secret Legend, but today we're announcing a new name, Tunic. So you can head to tunicgame.com to find out more about that. And we're announcing that we're
頭先正啊，即係 show 完嗰啲片之後冇咁即係靜晒。
Incredible work on Night in the Woods and Overland. So exciting! Congratulations! Thank you so much. So I want to tell you, it wasn't just the fox that sold me on this game. I love the beautiful, charming graphics, and honestly, I just want to see more of it. Can we check out the trailer? Let's do it.
I love the beautiful graphics. 付夠錢就應付呢啲歐美。
咩嚟㗎
？Beautiful graphics 出呢啲，哦 VR。你有冇記得我哋上次去日本嗰次嘅 VR 嘅？
日本 VR 嗰邊？
喺 Sony 嗰邊咧，又會睇一隻 VR 睇，跟住睇賣火柴。
哦，記得我記得，即係close 個 close session 嗰度嘛。
呢隻會唔會係似嗰隻？
哦，講起又講，佢 close session 好多嘢都未出啊，其實。
定係呢個其實純粹係一隻過關 game？
呢個應該唔會關事嘅。不過講開你講嘅台灣呢個 VR， 我哋去嗰次咧，即係裏邊試嗰啲嘢咧，好多都未出啊。
係啊。
係啊，其實又係得個講字。我好 buy 佢咧，嗰個唔係 game 嗰 part 嘅，即係
睇戲啊嘛，睇戲嗰 part。
咩嗰個？我
睇卡通片嗰條嗰條。
我自己睇就睇咩 Discovery Channel 嗰條，即係好似 Discovery 咁咧，你喺草原啊，喺海裏面睇咧，哇！嗰個 VR 真係正到啊！
我係炒粉佢哋冇開咪喎。
係啦 ，fail 咗。
你邊個做啊？布德神，可以炒咗佢啦。
頭先個 game 完全唔吸引喎。
都唔係嘅 ，OK 嘅。
哦，有啲嘢我唔中意呢啲嘢。
希望 UB 有新嘢 ，UB 咪講咗 AC 啊。
AC 咯。
人埃及啊嘛。
拿盾嘅刺客啊，見過未？
唔理你嘅，最後又應下人先啦。Xbox 嗰隻龍珠係有 PS4 版嘅，係全平台嘅應該係。係啊 ，Well P。
Well, I guess the joy of a bullet flying through my head out of nowhere, and I'll never know why.
You gotta learn to love the salt. Love it.
Well, I understand that even though a lot of people treat the game almost as a full release right now, it's still technically not released yet, and there's a whole lot more to come. Talk to us a little bit about what's in store.
邊度啩？
你最愛啊
Wiener Chicken Dinner。佢都殺一個人咋，仆街見唔見啊！佢殺一個人攞第一啊！成日話叫殺，咪死街。
正啊，抌個炸彈。
So yeah, no, but our current focus is really just get the game competitive and stable.
So suddenly fences are no longer the most impossible object in the game.
嘅動作係新嘢喎。
Yeah. So our content programmer Marek, he's done a really great job getting this system to be dynamic. So it doesn't matter what object you're in front of, you'll jump or vault over it.
Yeah. So in terms of jumping and vaulting, is it?
啲動作係
Yeah, vaulting. Is it sort of when you say that it's dynamic? Does it mean
好
that
好
the
勁
taller the more difficult it is to climb over?
好似好多嘢玩
Exactly,
喎，
and it has
屌咪
different
得
animations
咗
for。each different thing, so vaulting, climbing.
天氣
Now we also
啊
have
佢
weather.
10咩？sorry，唔好意思
One
睇
of my
錯
favorite aspects, of course, is
我見到一
in the game.
因為
Walk me through what we're seeing here.
So this is our new weather settings. This is fog. You just saw clear day. Our rain has been tweaked a little bit as well, and we also have our sunset coming in. So this really
日落效果啊，人
我
哋。
否認呢個 game 真係好
And
hit。
what is the impact
咁
on
100人玩其實真係好
gameplay
玩
of。these types of things with
It
weather?
just
Yeah,
changed dynamic. Oh, so this is
Oh, a new gun.
yes. This is the OTS Groza. It's a 7.62 bullpup, super powerful, crate only. Yeah, it's going to be a beast.
Is it a short range, long range? Where's
Short to medium, it's going to be a beast. It's going to be super powerful,
Yeah.
and then long range, it'll work as well.
And I remember before you came on the show, I asked, why did you put that gun in? And I think your answer was,
It looks cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah. It's like
Battle
we wanted to
Bond
add
有
a
冇講？
bullpup and we wanted to add something.
北 Bond 有冇講？咁應該 PlayStation 先講啦。
應該 PlayStation 啦，應該。
係啦，應該唔喺度講。
It looks cool, as good as a reason as any, honestly. I want to come back to the weather effects. Obviously, they look beautiful. What are some of the impacts that you've seen on the gameplay with the new weather effects?
Well, it's just going to change the way you play. So it's not necessarily going to be you're going to be sniping all the time. You know, with the foggy weather, you're going to have to choose a more kind of CBQ type play style. But it's just again to give you a bit of
我
variety.
講點好你玩，起碼你唔中意玩你都買咗，我都冇買過呢個 game。
唔係，我覺得其實真係隻 game 係 OK 嘅，不過我係唔中嘅，即係我成日都覺得要分翻清嘅，即係隻 game 好唔好同你中唔中意係兩回事。
即係我不嬲都唔中意即時戰略遊戲嘅，但係好多 game 即時戰略都好好玩嘅。
即係講做呢啲我哋所想少少評論啦，我哋叫做係應該要分開講。
當然有陣時我都好主觀嘅。
唔係主觀，我哋會講清楚嘅，即係個 fans 啊嘛。
係啊，即係咩 EA 嗰日 Star Wars 係啊，Star Wars 玩咯，冇㗎，你完咗㗎啦。
That's awesome. And I know that you've been super involved with the community of regular players. What's in store for those people playing the game right now?
So as I said, we have our custom games. We have the 3D replays, which I'm really excited about because it allows you to watch your match back in the engine with the free cam and slow motion and stuff
Which
like
is great
that.
for content creators.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? So
Slow motion.
Yeah, and it'll just give you a new way to create like machinimas and stuff like that within the game.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to bring up, because you were mentioning this a lot before you came on, you have all sorts of stability and performance fixes incoming.
Yeah, so like our focus this month is on our server performance and really getting that stable because at the moment the servers aren't performing the best they could. But you know, so last month our team's focus was on client performance and we improved that broadly for a lot of people. And this month it's on servers, so they've already found a lot of things to fix, and I'm excited.
That's great. I'm sure players will completely stop blaming anything on the game at that point.
Right.
They will accept responsibility for those losses then. Well, to player unknown himself, Brendan, thank you so much for coming out.
我認一個零姐就係會玩 Star Wars 1日嘅。如果詳情咧就要睇呢方面。
我諗我玩長少少嘅。
係啦，我一定係玩日嘅。
Thank you, Sean. Sean is pretty cool, right? But you know what's a little bit cooler? A free PC. We're going to be giving away a badass PC from our friends at Intel. This bad boy is going to be rocking an i7 7700K processor. There's a lot of sevens in there.
Destiny 應該買 PS4 版喎。
1080. It is worth more than $2,500.
我真係未知。
If you want a chance to
我
win,
睇我身
head
邊
over to
我身邊玩嘅朋友邊個版本多就買邊個版本。
Good luck, and back to you, Sean.
你更加玩 PS4 版啦，葉問。
葉問你邊啊？葉問支持下我係肥波啊，支持下
葉問根本就係 葉問都係PS4 人嚟嘅，你唔係諗住而家支持電腦啊？葉問話俾人知啊！PC 多人玩啲關你咩事啫？
葉問你已經係個 PS4 嘅人嚟㗎啦。
有得揀，你唔好轉平台添啊
！Thanks for having me, man.
Good to have you back.
Thank you.
As always.
All right.
You guys have been busy. Congratulations on the recent release of Rising Storm 2.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a realism FPS. We just released it 2 weeks ago, and the fan reaction's been really positive. Really happy about that. I want to thank everyone who was part of the beta phases that helped shape the game in a real positive way. And be sure to check out the trailer boards, see what we're up to, and we're actually already really busy working.
有人話唔知睇下啲咩，咁好正路啊！佢都係諗住 show 下啲嘢有幾勁。會唔會真係咩 IP 或者攞啲嘢出嚟講？
通常大 IP 都喺翻佢自己個廠度。
都係。
呢個字咧，即係有啲唔係個個咁多個，其實
講啲發展嗰啲
咁多遊戲廠，唔係好多間可以咁樣獨立自己喺度 show game 啫嘛。呢啲位我覺得就係似俾你，咪好多其他廠。
俾佢入到嚟講嘢，但係又唔使去到好煩。
即係好似頭先 Battleground 咁，佢自己個廠冇理由有自己個 session 嘅，佢都係隻 game 啫嘛。
Awesome. Now, the big thing I know you wanted to talk about today was a little bit of content coming down the line for your big game, Killing Floor 2. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when we released Killing Floor 1,
葉問 PS4 啦，唔使啦嘛 ，Destiny PS4 啦，冇電腦啦。雖然我唔知我玩唔玩，講明先，我唔知我玩唔玩。
我玩啊，葉問，同我玩啦。
Well, I'm eager to show everyone this footage. This trailer makes me laugh every time. Let's go ahead and take a look at Killing Floor 2's Summer Sideshow.
Killing Floor 2。
我突然間諗起，我咪話咩DQ 出嗰陣時，我24小時開台灣嘅，我咪要入個識日文嘅人嘅，我即刻諗起葉問。
即係你真人做啊？
我唔知啊，咁突然間諗起。
Colorful hats, and dozens of other items. Carnival rewards are only available for a limited time. See the adorable pinhead and marvel at the mighty strong pound. Oh,
好大聲。
Hear the bearded beauty.
係咁啱呢段大聲啊！
啱啱聽住少少。
Backed by popular demand. Come see Hughie the Clown and the Monkey Man. Why does the monkey have a chainsaw? Find romance in the tunnel of love. Swing on the queen of chains. Look at them. Ow! Scream on Pound Mountain. Oh, that's not safe. See the death-defying firestorms of Dr. Infernum's pyrotechnic emporium. Is he actually on fire? Why is that person on fire?
瘋狂類 FPS 啊！
一叫呢啲我諗起呢一個 Until Dawn 嘅。即係 VR 咧嗰個遊樂場嗰集咧。
見到好多 game 係呢個風格嘅，有冇乜
？Killing Floor 2啊！
佢一個紀錄片啊，算係。
I mean, I know it's a horror theme, but there's some great humor in this.
Oh yeah, I mean,
我唔中意玩 Killing Floor。
我對呢啲嘢全部冇興趣。我對歐美系嘅 game 都冇興趣。我應該唔好睇 E.V. 我應該唔好睇呢個 E.V. 嘥我時間。
Tell me a little bit about what is the gameplay. What's some of the stuff that people can experience?
唔係嘅，你要接受下啲外國嘅事物。
哇！我接受咗咩同慣啦？接受咗佢啊我。
And there's over 50 cosmetic items that people can gain from playing it totally free.
我真係覺得我好啲外國 game 嗰啲嘢係一模一樣。我等於睇外國 game 同睇外國人係個樣係一樣。我有冇聽過視導引導天珠？你覺得有冇啊？呢啲全部都日系嘢。
and that's a headshot.
我呢個 VR 版嚟喎。
Yeah, exactly. And then we have another one called Tiny Terror, where every time you shoot a Z,
咪頭先 show 過 VR 版
become like little like midget Zeds, which is really crazy. Whenever the players get hit, they shrink too.
買唔買 Battle 環同我玩？冇買啊！呢個台係唔會開 Battle 環㗎啦，講咗㗎啦，就係唔會再開 Battle 環一次嘅，要玩同阿軒啊同阿細 B 佢哋玩，或者同葉師傅葉師傅玩你哋。
When can people play it?
Actually, you play it tomorrow, and it's free on Steam all week.
Easy.
Yep. So you got no excuse not to try it.
Well, I mean, what if people are here at E3?
Oh, well, they can play here too.
Oh boy, that was the setup on my
誒，
part.
即係而家有 demo 喎。
Yeah, whereabouts is it at on the E3 floor?
佢話而家有 demo 啊，聽唔到。
6月13號係嘛？
Oh, that's right. It's at the PC.
佢話咩嘢？而家咁如果係 E3 嗰啲人點算喺度玩啊嘛？
Oh, I'm glad that two of you are very excited to hear that.
The first of many, right? This is going to become a tradition.
Indubitably. I'm not in charge of the budget, so yes.
我都係去 TGS 算 TGS 就去硬
Thank you so
嘅。
much for coming out. Congrats on all the projects and the progress. Bill Monk from Tripwire
TGS 平好多嘛，衰啲諗自己去都得啊。
TGS 自己俾錢都俾得起啊，
同埋
真係俾。
同埋去日本啊嘛，日本當去旅行嘅。
所以啱買張8日嘅機票咯，啊9日。
than ever before. We are on Steam, we are on Facebook and Twitch and Mixer. We are all over the place. This is awesome.
咁當然 So Girl 我都中意 EV 嘅TGS 嘅多啦。So Girl
they're going to be giving away games throughout the entire show. Unfortunately, no free games for day 9. But sorry. Back to you, Sean.
I'll happily buy them. Yay, video games! Now, if any of you got the chance to see the conferences leading up
Steam 有免費
today, a
demo
lot of exciting stuff going on. In particular, Microsoft has had a whole slew of games.
開一週，本人不打喪屍，
that are going to be at this
唔好
show,
嚟玩啦
starting with the first
外國真係
ever
好興乜都加喪屍啊！
Forza
屌
Motorsport coming straight to PC.
嗰陣時嗰個 Call of
Joining
Duty
me to talk about it is the creative director of Forza Motorsport from
多人中意
Turn 10,
喪屍㗎嘛
Bill PC.
真係廢鳩
Bill.
嘅 game，廢鳩 game。
Yeah, Bill, congratulations.
Thank you.
The announcement yesterday must have been really exciting for you guys.
Huge announcements. We revealed a car to the world.
Not an in-game car.
No, an actual car. That's normally saved for car shows like Geneva and Paris.
Yeah.
We revealed a car here at E3, the Porsche 911 GT2 RS to the world yesterday. It's awesome.
You know, I've gotten a chance to play the previous Forza Motorsport games, and they always struck me as a racing game not focused on being cartoonish or strapping guns to the car. It's about hyper-realistic racing.
Forza Motorsport is about precision, it's about competition, and we've rebuilt Forza Motorsport 7 from the ground up.
其實 Bio 嘅話加下叫日系定美系，其實 Bio 而家係偏美系嘅喎，因為已經轉晒寫嗰啲人嘅喎，全部都係美國人，即係大 market 大鬼佬 market 嚟嘅。
你見佢個 style 啊風格都好外國啦已經。
係啊 ，Bio 其實已經唔係好日系 game 嚟。
And it's been exciting for the team.
That's a lot of USB devices.
孖車出喪屍魔我想玩。我真係想玩孖車喪。Forza 7啊，我睇咗啦，真係都好廢。我真係。
Whatever you have in your closet, plug it in, you're ready to go.
Now, what about for low-end PCs? There's obviously a lot of people who are on.
嗰架車真車係靚咯，但係出到賽場又唔
Well, it's
靚。
been great going to the high end of 4K, unlocked frame rate, 21:9. But we've also lowered our min spec as well to include i5. And no matter where you play, it looks and plays great.
And speaking of looking and playing great,
我唔係好好賽車 game。
understand you have some
就算我玩賽車 game， 我都唔會玩 Forza 咯。係咯，我會玩啲 For Speed 咯，如果同。
For Speed 真係 OK 嘅今年。
係咯。
4K on ultra
識啊。
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, bring the vomit bag and come on, check it out. It looks awesome.
Well, awesome, Bill. Thanks so much for sharing with us.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
I'm incredibly excited of all the stuff Microsoft's doing. You just got the chance to look at Forza, and now coming onto the stage, I am replacing Bill with Ted Timmons. He's the PC design lead at Rare to talk about Sea of Thieves. Come on out, Ted.
Hey, Sean.
Ted Timmons.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome. It's a pleasure. So, Ted, talk to me a little bit about what is Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, so we feel like we've made the pirate game you've always wanted. When you think about sailing around the open seas, you and your crew of crewmates, basically it's Pirates of the Caribbean meets the Goonies.
what are some of the things that you're showcasing here at E3 in the game?
Yeah, so for anyone who didn't see the briefing yesterday, we showed off great new features like riddle map storms and firing yourself out of cannons.
Or a common pirate pastime.
Yeah, pretty known.
Now, I had to ask the same question to
我買緊機票啊，sorry 睇住先你哋。我買緊機票。
又飛咩啊你？
咁勁啊嘛，58蚊喎。
又搶啊！
唔使搶啊，而家有啊，來回大稅都係6嚿水啫喎，皮膚。
咁爽？
有啊，勁啊！
咩拉啊
18到25。
咁爽？邊個航空公司啊？
香港 Express 我會碌夠免稅，免咗稅啊！我依家諗住加埋行李都係一千。
Yeah, so we decided to change our approach to the game. We're actually building both versions in parallel because we felt that's to deliver the same game on the same day.
So it's not a port from one device to the other.
Correct. Yeah, we felt it's really important just to build them together from the very beginning.
Just one single code path.
One single code path. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know a whole lot of people here are curious to play it. Is there an official release date or an opportunity for them to play it?
阿軒你未買咩？阿軒，你上香港 Express 揾啦，因為你自己上網睇啊，好慢啊，講到而家。18到24啊。
Once again, Ted Timmons.
Awesome, thank you very much.
25啊，我覺得18到25。
SeaOfThieves.com. Now, this next title is one I'm personally very, very excited about, given the fact that when I took one look at the trailer, the striking visual style just grabbed me. It's an
來回加埋行李都係1100蚊、1200蚊。玩啊！
時間咧？飛嘅時間走
朝頭早11點幾機，跟住走嘅時候6點，走係爭啲，不過走都可以機場過嘅等陣。
Thanks for coming out. Let's ask the obvious question. What is The Last Night?
The Last Night is what we call a cinematic platformer, which means it's not a game like Mario where you have to jump from platform to platform.
Yeah.
But it's more story-driven. It's more reminiscent of old classics like Another World, Flashback, Oddworld even.
Oddworld, I was going to say, reminded me quite a bit about it. And I saw that you guys had the big announcement reveal at Microsoft yesterday. I mean, that trailer was such a hit. It blew up. What was that like for you guys?
Yeah, we are obviously super happy with the trailer reception. It's been
屌撚悶啊！個發佈今日，
now, of course, I have some concerns. I want to
呢都係之前掃過。
係啊，
I am embarrassed by some tweets.
平過去台灣，快啲買啦，一齊買。
I want to apologize for those. They do not in any way represent who I am today or what the last night will be about.
Well, let's talk about what the game is
有冇啲觀眾係
about.
未
I know that the
如果未
setting
去
of
過
the last
TGS
night is super important to
去
the
下
character of the game.
打機人
Tell
要
me,
去下啲
where
game show。
are we right now?
成就嚟㗎，解開。
Are surpassing us in every possible way, So not only physically but also intellectually, emotionally.
阿軒你見到未？阿軒，等我俾你啊。
Any job that you could possibly imagine.
去咗美國嘅人唔好理佢啦。
Including being a host for a PC
又啱嘅。
係啊，你搞掂佢啦都。
Well, I imagine, thank you, this one person who is also excited about the booth. Now, in terms
今日會有幾點？4點有 UB 啦，跟住9點有 Sony。 就我最期待。
喂，葉問去唔去？一齊啊！葉問一齊去咯。
係喎喂，葉問一齊啊喂！
一齊去咯。喂，有人導遊仲好。
係咯。
呢嘢就係琴日嗰隻 Indie 啊。
係啊係啊。葉問嚟啊！葉問一齊去啦。包好玩啊！帶你去威威啊！葉問我哋。葉問都好威㗎啦。
你帶我哋威威。
係啊係啊，調轉係啊！葉問你帶我哋去威啊！
嗰隻 Iron Man 佢都可能會玩嘅。喂，去買啊！葉問去買啊！去香港 Express 買一平啊！而家呢條堅平。
識日文都好多嘢玩
So it all
㗎。
comes down to my background in VFX and advertising, basically. So I wanted to, explore what I could do with 2D and pixel art and just augment that.
MRS 係先生啊嘛係嘛？我感覺。
Lighting and compositing.
Right. And we've talked a little bit about where we are, about the art style. Who are you? Who do you play as in The Last Night?
Yeah, so the character you get to play is a young idealist, I would say.
Yeah.
And because of a childhood accident, he cannot enjoy the same gamified.
淨係3日2夜咁好難有平機票喎，3日2夜。你照叻㗎。
咁短啊？咁唔得喎，3日2夜，飛幾日走幾日。
Absolutely. So
21係 game show 喎，同埋姚師傅。
咪咯，咁我哋點去玩啊 ？game show 其實都係一 part 嘅嚟咋。
但我揀先生去打 Vista S， 佢打咩嘅？打 FRS。
classic genre like point and click and adventure games, but so you get to solve
點解咁奇怪嘅？但我真係撳先生嘅喎。
But we added a real-time component to it.
Real time in what sort of sense? What makes it a real time puzzle?
係咯，我都係記得 Vista 先真係先生啊嘛，點解佢俾個咩我嘅 MRS 嚟嘅？
All the simulation is still happening around you. So
我邋
police
遢
come
啦。
around, and you have to be careful about that.
So in a sense, like if I tried to break into the apartment at night, the police might be on patrol at that time. But if I came in the morning, there might be no police, but the resident might be home.
Absolutely, yeah. So that means that if you see the police coming around the corner, you better just hide, pretend to be a hobo, or maybe draw your gun.
You also mentioned that the structure of the game is in one night after the other. What's that like?
Yeah, so the game is structured around several nights, so it spans on several nights, and they are all interconnected, which means that what you tell people on the very first night,
So if I'm just in a
意思啊，
conversation,
真係唔得閒
just
理佢
walk away in the middle of
你
it,
你預先。
they'll remember like 2 days later they'll be angry.
Yeah.
That's fast. That must add a huge amount of replayability since the world is just changing based
Yeah,
on
we're
your
taking a lot
input.
of pleasure to hide a lot of stuff in the city, and
世上
to
最
have
強
fun
騙
to
徒
feel really good.
攞信用卡先等我一陣。
唔係
Well,
咯
again, I love the
，Ubisoft
art
萬歲
style.
咯
I。love these story-driven adventure games. Thank you so much, Tim.
Thank you, Sean.
I'm looking forward to it. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Once again, that's oddtales.net for more information about The Last Night. Now, this next game surprised me. I'm sure it will surprise you because of its style. It's from the makers of Arma, the realistic military simulator, and DayZ, the zombie survival game. This one has a much more playful tone, though. Let's look at the next title from Bohemia Interactive.
It was the mother of all storms. But somehow I just knew everything was going to be... Well, being stranded on a desert island is a lot of fun.
咩啊？漂流記啊？
You get to meet new friends.
漂流記啊？
You get in shape.
呢啲生存遊
喂，
戲，
呢只幾得意喎！呢只咩嚟㗎？
應該呢啲生存 game 嚟㗎啦。
呢只幾得意喎，中意啲公仔喎。
嗰啲乜漂流記，
唔係喎，我唔中意喎又，我唔中意。
你變咁快嘅？
屌你佢 Minecraft 嚟嘅喎。
生存 game 3 game 係咁㗎啦。
街好難，好
That's
難。
just the beginning, because here you can do anything.
啊，幾正！
要問我哋係換體入場咩？我哋係換體入場。
唔使咩啊？
即係換體入場啦，TS。
喂，正喎！起成
哇！呢啲你都中意，等下。
都話我好雜食下㗎，我咩都得㗎我。我買 club 都得㗎我。
真係唔得。
Islands. Explore your creativity.
Islands.
Visit us at islands.com.
Islands。
唔係好差啫。
冇興趣。
Here to join me to talk about Islands is the creative director.
得㗎啦，你去到我哋就可以帶你入去㗎啦，葉曼。
係啊，包喺我哋身上。
係啊，
但係你去咁你真係淨係可以幾日咋？3日真係短得滯啊嘛！
如果你要入 Sony 都幫你入啦。
係咯，屌講
都黐撚線嘅你，講嘢。你依家咩人啊？
威啦而家。
係咯，唔識人啊。
And it's almost like a sandbox game, not where you're necessarily building a structure, but you're trying to build an experience.
Yes, exactly.
And
Well,
I have to
that's all
ask,
about
given the
it.
fact that the style of it contrasts so sharply with Arma and DayZ, what is it about Islands that still makes it a Bohemia game?
Yeah, we get this a lot, but actually beneath the surface there are still more values.
我嘅係啊，其實見到隻豬我覺得好得意。
It's still about
我好中意豬。
and finding out how things work. About
可能你今年有人請咧，葉曼。
imagination.
啊，都有機會有人請我今年。
唔係重點，而家你問咧係你哋去得咁短日子咧，有冇辦法長少少啊？3日點搞啊
？3日食個拉麵都起冇咗啦，諗下。
我哋去威盡主要唔係 TGS 喎，TGS 係其中一日行程嚟嘅啫喎。
我哋唔諗住玩好耐㗎。
去一日嘅咋，我哋通常。
阿 K 上去多少少。
佢聽阿 K 賽去足7日都得㗎佢。
啊，我真係
我唔得㗎。
Minecraft 2.0啊。
Yeah.
And so in the editor, the players can obviously create something new,
但係你哋
but
呢
they
個唔
can
係叫
also
Yland
decide
咩？
to open
頭先
and
叫 Y 係
modify
嘛？個
existing
個
games
title 個
ones that
logo 就係
we
Y
created
嚟。
or ones
係
that
咯，
other
唔
players
係
made
Minecraft
for
嚟，
them.
嗰個似啫係嘛？
似啫，你見到起角個當 Minecraft 啫。
不過 Minecraft 係劃時代嘅 Minecraft。
Minecraft 係好犀利嘅，好玩嘅。
係犀利，即係好熟嘅。
絕對唔係其他人好做咩小學雞遊戲，一定唔係。
Some random multiplayer game.
即係唔接觸嗰啲係咪咁講嘅？都係一句。
Initially there were 3.
好博大精深嘅
Minecraft 係犀利嘅。
They are trying to get some kind of treasure.
咦？俾唔到錢喎，好似仆街嘅飛。
I mean, I want to ask about. I know you guys are here at E3. Hey, look, it's the treasure.
打俾女朋友先，你講住先。
What are some of the things that players can get their hands on at this event?
Well, we'll be showing some of the games that we created with the Islands game editor, but at the same time, we'll be showing how they can use the editor to create those games.
That's awesome. And I mean, I know there's a way for people to play right now, is that right?
Yeah, actually, they can already play the alpha version of the game. It's available as a part of our Bohemia Incubator program. They can find more information on our website, islands.com. And later this year, we are coming to Steam Early Access.
係咪講有好大嘅、好長天賦嗰個 game 啊
？We're good. You can remember that. So I want to say, Alish, thank you so much for coming out to talk about Islands. It's been a pleasure. And of course, I hope you're as excited as I am to come up with some total nonsense when I sit down to play. Our next world exclusive is going to be up in the mezzanine with Sonia.
StarTech VR 其實
Thank you, Sean. I am so honored to be a part of this world exclusive reveal from developers Clay. You might recognize their name from games like Don't Starve or Don't Starve Together.
哦，屌佢啊！我揀先生，佢真係揀咗女士
And last
喎。
year at the PC Gaming Show, they actually revealed their sci-fi colony sim game, Oxygen Not Included. And this year they are back. And they are back with a bang. And I am so excited to reveal their upcoming sci-fi RPG game. It is called Griffland.
Griffland，各位。
美係啊！
但係20、23好貴喎，葉問啲機票。20、23好貴喎，唔平嘅喎，平係18、19號飛喎。你自己話事啊！我買咗㗎啦，已經18到20。18
到25啊，
好似係25早機25 11點機6點機翻，好似係
夜晚啊嘛，
朝頭早，
即係都係7日嘅啫喎，等於
即係都係7日嘅啫。算啦，600蚊來回，加埋行李都係1000蚊，想點啊？我有埋行李喎，1000蚊喎。
要埋一齊去啦，一個星期。
好，繼續翻嚟真係 EV 啦。唔好意思啊，聽日打開啦，聽日叫佢改，真係好廢啊佢嗰個。你哋聽日提我啦，如果我唔記得改，我哋應該係21去吧，21入啊，21入去，22可能會入，但係應該21一定入㗎啦，21一定係第一日㗎啦。
第一日一定入去㗎啦。
第一日。
第二日就睇情況啦，睇下有冇需要啦。
即係會唔會收我錢？但係佢自己寫錯喎。
今年可能會入多日嘅有少少機會。我睇下，因為我今次真係要拍嘢啊嘛，我叻貨。當然我會盡力一日拍晒啦。肥哥喺日本嘅時間同香港咁啱上佢2個月去日本啫。
On the mining station in the rings of Saturn, and basically in the game, you're allowed to move.
UB 其實幾好笑，次次新 game 喺未公佈之前有嘢流出，咁唔係好笑㗎。其實可能係每次都係特登流出咧。
我買咗啦 ，case 買咗啦，啱啱。68蚊啊，來回68啊，快啲買啦！連埋稅都係5嚿幾咋。
case 要買貴㗎啦。
再見 ，case 幫你冇啦。我窮緊你嘅啫。
佢叫佢答你話，我要坐商務。
sorry 啊，公佈埋零製作將會喺9月18號至到9月25號。 應該係暫停直播1週，但係除非日本個 level 幾好。
咁都難啲啊！我話你哋。
咁就每晚會見到兩個夾公仔。
唔係佢夾公仔嗰陣時直播都可能話有啲機會，如果你 game show 裏邊就唔得啦，應該。
game show 一定放心。上年試過啦，我哋已經。
係啦，你話喺夾公仔地方直播，我諗仲有啲機會。
我總數買106啊！我加下啲水，因為。
Another thing that we get the chance to talk about is the multiplayer component to Lone Echo called Echo Arena Rue. How does this game work?
真係好正，直播睇 EP 跟住我自己買機票。去 DTS 嘅。
Now, you might be a little bit confused as to how exactly that works, but don't worry. We're going to take an even closer look at what the gameplay is like for Echo Arena.
好似話 Xbox Premium， 好似話 Xbox 都成一陣喎，呢嗰隻啊嘛。
In zero gravity,
game.
Players fly faster. Passes go farther.
呢隻係咪頭先話電競嗰隻啊？
知，但係 battle game 啦，睇下知。
係啊，電競嗰隻嚟㗎。
手球啲 friend 嚟都係。
And victory.
我 VR 大學。
Taste sweeter. This is Zero G. In the Echo Arena.
係咯，頭先嗰隻。
Jack, cut the panel. That's it.
We are up here with Echo Arena in
okay,
action
so,
as some of the Ready at Dawn developers are playing against each other. So, Doug, welcome back. Hello. It's awesome to have you. But listen, before we get into VR,
好悶啊！呢個 PC game show 早知唔玩啦，早知我打多陣機啦。
得咁樣嘅。
早知打多陣啱晒。有人問 E3 有咩出名嘅 game 好玩啊？E3 其實唔係一個出名嘅公司嚟㗎 ，E3 係一個展覽嚟嘅。點樣答你有咩 game 出名？
冇搞錯。
23號得翻早機5機，即係如果我去得21日、22號全日可以玩。你20號去、21號去 game show， 22號出去玩咯。22號去揾地方玩咯，我哋。
That's amazing. So I was really excited to hear about your announcement earlier.
Yeah, Ready at Dawn, Intel and Oculus, we announced that Intel is sponsoring a free release
of Echo
Arena to all Oculus Rift users when it launches on July 20th for limited time.
好撚慢喎，我覺得。佢係咪專登做到太空人啲無重力狀態，所以個重力唔係好使做
？Including these guys behind us, the gamers behind us, as you see. That they try and experience the future of VR and esports.
不過用到 VR 唔可以太快嘅，就翻。
因
為我之前咪玩過一隻喐動嘅 VR 嘅，跟住我發現係好易暈嘅，真係。
即係要自己行嗰個。
係啊，一行就好易暈嘅。
點解咧？做得唔好定係？
唔係嗰個人嗰個人體係唔係好適應？因為就算你行到嗰個姿勢咧，同都唔一樣。你基本上玩5分鐘，你係好頂盡。綜合你幾大啊 ？Rainbow Six 會唔會有？喺 UB 會有，UB 可能會講嘅。地點咯。
我 UB 會有少少驚喜。
我都覺得 UB 有啲驚喜。
係啊，我都有。UB 係最好㗎嘛，咪。
上年嗰個臭味衰一樂園係咪 EP 講嘅？
但後尾即係 delete 嗰個嘛，所以
係啊，但係佢有話臭味嘅嘢㗎嘛。
哦，係啊，係。
係咪 EP 講嘅？
一定係 Gamescom 啊！
記得啦。PC Game Show 從來都係歐英廠嘅天下啦，Zero 神乜嘢，所以我咪話我唔中意咯。話咗我唔中意咯。我由頭到尾我冇，喂，我好忠於自己啊！我年年都話我好唔中意喎，其實，不過局體咁解啫喎。有曲解我意思。
尤其是喺呢一 part 裏邊嗰啲歐美 game 咧，仲更加重口味地比其他。睇下佢哋玩得幾 high， 目無表情咁樣試 game。啲 VR 裏有咧，遲啲我哋 set up 翻靚仔啲嗰個 VR 位咧，我諗我會再玩再拍嘅。
嗰隻我想玩個直播，
我試上嚟玩咯。
我喺攞嚟做直播。
係啊，同時等我哋 set 好所有嘢之後。
嗰隻係做直播嗰隻。
係啊 ，set up 好晒所有之後，我哋一齊咯，一人直播一段時間咯，到時。
又要接。
嗰隻我哋仲未玩到呢個深入嘅，仲係好皮毛我哋玩得。
And I know that it can't be in beta forever, so Cliff, tell us when it's out.
Can I get a drum roll?
Audience, go! Do a thing!
So the game is finally
好撚慘啊！啲觀眾，可唔可以俾啲掌聲或者鼓聲？仆街，做嘢啦仆街！
冇咁靜啊！好嘢！講都唔醒水嘅啲觀眾。
Well, if you haven't gotten the chance to see the game and follow it throughout the recent PC gaming shows, let's take a look at some people who got the opportunity to play Lawbreakers.
真係焗睇嘅咋 EV 呢頭幾日，我都唔中意歐美 game，但係我一做呢啲嘢，我覺得我又唔可以。
要睇嘅，即係如果你打機又好，或者我哋呢啲又算係 media 呢啲人咧，唔中意都要睇噶嘛。即係如果你以前我做編輯，唔中意玩隻 game 都要攻略㗎啦。
所以我哋成日都話，點解會成日都強調話唔中意同埋嗰隻 game 好唔好係兩回事嚟嘅。我唔中意 battle 版係好 game。
即係我咁唔中意玩，我唔中意玩即時戰略，我都唔中意玩 StarCraft 啦，唔通 StarCraft 唔好 game 咩？好 game 嚟㗎嘛。
StarCraft 好中意啊。
係咯，即係我唔中意啫，但係佢係好 game 嚟㗎嘛，我係超唔中意。
要分清咯呢啲嘢。部署好似冇乜特別講過。
呢隻我幾中意。部署留翻自己係啦 ，best call 嗰啲。best call 又係超正嘅一個 game 數嚟。但係 best call 呢個成就我達成咗啦，我爭 E3 啫，同埋 game call。
未啊！呢三個未嚟。我仲有俄羅斯呢一個 game。
唔係嗰個唔算有 game show 啊嘛。
我未去啊，就
係冇人請，有生之年啊，自己儲錢去咯。
你希望有生之年？哇 ！Spiderman 喎，屌你！
我幾中意呢隻。所以我係中意 FPS 遊戲啦，首先。
唔中意 FPS 即係如果唔計 OW 嘅話，我對上嗰隻玩嘅 FPS 係跟 set 咯。
我哋瞓咁耐。
係啊，跟 set 啊，有拍。咁點解我玩跟 set 係因為跟 set 嗰把刀仔太撚勁。
你就唔當係 FPS game。
我就唔當係 FPS 咯，我當係刀仔格鬥 game。即係如果唔係因為跟 set 嗰把劍太勁，我係唔會玩跟 set。我就係咁樣樣啊！
我呢隻真係幾吸引。
唔 call in 啊 case 啊 case 要睇字講㗎啦。
拖大多可能又係搭嚟搭去。我呢隻真係 OK 喎，我覺得。
好揼咯嘛！不過有啲新意同埋現代感啲嘅。
佢嗰個即係唔識點講，總之唔同。
Lawbreaker PS4 係冇 export 嘅喎，係冇 export 咗啲嘢。
This bad boy is running an i7 7700K processors, a lot of sevens in there, and an NVIDIA GTX 1080. It's worth more than $2,500. You do not want to miss out. Head over to PCGamingShow.com/giveaway and put in your information. I think it could run Crysis at max settings. What do you think, Sean?
I think it can, Sonia, and I also think that it can run our next title. I am a master of transition. Our next game is from Chucklefish, the wonderful folks who helped bring you Stardew Valley and Starbound. Let's take a look at their upcoming game, Wargroove.
哇，正喎呢啲！
你中意嗰啲啦，擺明呢啲風格啊！
正喎呢啲，即刻想睇。
Starbound 嗰間廠喎，呢個
邊間啊？邊間話
？Starbound， 你知唔知 Starbound 係咩 game？ Terraria 咧，你知唔知係咩 game？ 知。冇啦，收線啦你。乜都唔知。
喂，正啊呢啲，好想玩。
呢隻好似以前啲舊式，真係舊式嗰啲。
係啊，舊式回合制咯，咪就係異夢騎士團嗰啲咯。
係咯，呢啲你啱啦，
好撚中意喎呢啲，仲撚係異夢騎士團。
異夢騎士團係我以前咧，即係我唔玩呢啲 game 嘅，但係我淨係唯一玩過異夢騎士團啊。
好撚正喎呢啲。
我啲皮添喎有。
哦，我有人係咪養牛狗嗰個作者喎？即係星夢谷物語Star 唔知乜鬼嘢。
佢個廠商就係 Starbound 嗰個廠出。
哇！好撚想玩喎呢隻，好耐冇見過啦。
像素 game 幾好啊！而家 Pixel 呢啲咁嘅像素 game 係一個 style 嚟㗎。
我對個像素冇興趣啊，但係我對呢一種即係呢一種格仔曹操傳啊
嗰種
係啊呢一種嘅回合制 game 我係好中意。
呢個我即時戰略我就唔中意玩，呢個我 OK 嘅，呢一種我 OK。
好難哇！呢條龍仲唔係葉夢騎士團啲嘢想玩喎，幾時出啊
？Today we're not just going to get a chance to talk about the game, but we will be seeing the editor in action, the live demo on stage. I'm joined by Jay Bayless and Doris Karaskotsa。
有 demo 喎，睇先。我係養人嗰間廠啊。OK。咦，咁即係可能會有中文版㗎喎。
呢啲我唔睇，中文都 OK 嘅。
唔得啊！睇古仔㗎呢啲嘢。
睇英文咯。
唔識睇啊！啲技能嗰啲要睇指令㗎。
點解聽到楚留香主題曲？
嗱，家輝係識欣賞啊！呢隻加一啊，呢隻真係好嘢，呢隻。
OK 嘅，我都 OK 嘅。
因為好耐冇見過呢啲嘢。
We've got online play, mod support, and kind of content creation as well.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we're going to get the chance to look at today. Doris, who's operating the PC right now, tell us what it is we're looking at.
So what we're looking at today is the world map of Wargroove, and this is our campaign editor. So these are the tools we use in-house to create Wargroove campaigns, and we're shipping them with the game so players can create their own scenarios. So I've been placing down map markers, and each of those represent a mission. And then you link them together to create the path through your campaign.
And I know that one of the things you wanted to talk about was the branching path element.
Yeah, so you can have branching path, obviously. And the cool thing with that is every branch can have conditions. So for example, let's say you get a high score in a mission, and that could lead you through a harder path in your campaign.
Or you have
a secret path that triggers based on some event in the mission.
Yeah, exactly.
我太渣，我好專心嘅呢一 part， 我聽唔到明。
嚇，自己整啊地圖係仲要。
佢有呢個玩法啫。
哇，咁有排玩喎，應該呢隻 game 係。
You can just kind of draw those tiles straight in there and drop in the full range of units. Doris is dropping in a commander right now.
What are the commander units about? Talk to me about that.
So the commanders are kind of integral to the strategy of Wargroove. You have this unit that kind of.
我唔係笑人口音啊，係我自己聽唔明啊。
係啊，我聽唔明。
如果你話佢啲咩好難聽咁，又係叫踩鳩人嘅，係因為我太撚廢。佢呢啲好有一個地方口音嘅話，我哋會聽唔明，就係同你講下。人哋覺得都幾撚正宗。
Yeah, and other tools include you can drop down buildings right now. We've dropped in some HQs. Those are kind of like your base of operations, and to take the opponent's HQ is to win the match.
Yeah.
But on top of like kind of simple and easy to use tools, we've also got more advanced tools. So you can use this zone tool right here, and you can highlight an area and assign like a scripted encounter or sequence to that.
Okay, so if I step into that forest, someone can pop out and attack me.
Yeah, you could have bandits jump out and attack you from the woods. And the really cool thing about that is that actually ties back into the campaign map we saw earlier. So maybe that will trigger a condition. Maybe after encountering those bandits, your story takes a different turn and you decide to go into the forest to fight more of them. and so on.
Now, Doris, what is the process?
哇 RPG Maker 嚟喎呢只係黐撚線。
咁你可以做玩嗰個嘅。
我做玩嗰個一定係。啱冇晒68啦，葉文經。唔係㗎，唔係個日子都有㗎，佢要19到24先有㗎，好似你要望清楚啲先㗎。你碌前碌後睇就見到㗎啦。
It has been 3 minutes, and we have gotten a chance to design a campaign map, end a mission, and get it playable. That is incredibly fast. Jay, Doris, I want to thank you both so much for coming out to talk about this game today. Cheers, guys, and thanks for coming.
Thank you.
喂，唔打㗎，咪推埋㗎。
頭先吹攬咪睇過咯。
The next game that we get the opportunity to talk about is the sequel to Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. It's Middle-earth: Shadow of War that has an officially announced release date. Guys, it's October 10th. Here to talk to me about it is Michael DePlater, the Vice President of Creative at Monolith. What is up, Michael?
Hey, thank you very much. Thanks for the chair.
Hell yeah. Well, the chair is a nice break from all that grueling standing. And it gives us to do one of the most iconic things in PC gaming, this posture.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, we've heard about the October 10th release date. What are some of the things that have been changing and building upon Shadow of Mordor in terms of Shadow of War?
I think what we've tried really hard to do, well, it seems pretty obvious, is take the things that were good that worked in the first game, so our combat and the Nemesis system and this world that we created.
Oh.
On that, but
好撚悶啊！呢場1點啊而家。我哋有1個鐘頭嘅小休喎，中間。
佢呢個應該去到3點嘅。
係咯，咁但係我哋熄咗佢再開過定點好啊？
熄咗佢咯，我都休息下，沖個涼。
爭咗開啦，我哋
係咯，中間我又可以分翻開唔同廠，
係啊。
雖然我會有個整合啊，又叫埋廣告，會有啲每日嘅廠我都有個整合嘅整合包懶人包俾大家睇。
乜撚嘢啊？Lord of the Ring 嚟㗎。
係啊，Lord of the Ring 嚟㗎嘛，佢係算係 Lord of the Ring 嗰啲外傳啊。
哦。
呢個第2集嚟㗎啦，佢之前出咗一集嗰個中乜乜乜嘅。之前睇咧可以心控嘅獸人咧，嗰隻 game 啊。
完全冇印象我已經。哇！
好似超人都有隻差唔多嘅 game 喺 game 度設計隻 RPG， 哦，唔似超人㗎，嗰個係 RPG Maker。RPG
Maker 啊，係啊。
好多機種都有嘅。
好多年嘅。
或者你見到而家咧有啲咧好多人好多實況中意玩嗰啲恐怖RPG 遊戲咧，好多
其實都係有啲人做。
係啊，咩 IB 啊，咩波女之家定唔知咩嗰啲咧，都係用 RPG Maker 做。
啲鬼佬係好中意呢啲嘢。即係將啲嘢自己再做一次。其實Mario Maker 都係呢個 concept 嚟啫嘛。
係個人嘅，佢又中意整俾人玩咧，啲人即係其實好多人咧中意打機嘅人咧，包括我以前啦，都中意想啊，究竟可唔可以自己開發隻 game 咧？咁我哋唔係個個好似阿史萊姆咁犀利，可以自己真係做一隻 game 出嚟噶嘛。
所以就有個 engine
又易用咧，呢個 engine 又易用。
Well, before we hop into that, I just want to say, Michael, thanks so much for coming on to talk about Shadow of War. We talked about how important story is to Shadow of War. So a little bit of a look, 2 minutes of the cinematic, Eltariel meeting Talon.
死啦！我驚 UB 都會好悶啊，其實。唔係啊，我驚佢又係 Ghost Recon 啊，跟住 Splinter Cell 啊，跟住咩Rainbow Six 啊 ，AC 啊。
得，我哋要支持 UB， 咩都話好。
我驚佢悶咋。
可能有驚喜咧。
You killed me,
and yet you live. What's that like? To die and live again? Do you feel pain? Do you suffer?
What of the city? Of the Palantir?
我成日都玩呢類咁嘅風格，我唔幾時開始中意。可能因為以前玩 online game 咧，玩 UO 啊、EQ 嗰啲咧，都係呢種風格，令到
所以你就 OK，
令到我接受咗呢個風格嘅遊戲。
我太近韓國啦，如果以 online game 嗰啲嚟計，所以我唔得呢啲嘅。
因為我以前玩最多個 UO 啊、EQ 或者冇咁多人識嘅 DLC， 全部都係呢種風格。住一玩就玩咗 total over 10年以上。
嗰邊有人話 Mario Maker Switch 好似會出 Deluxe 版喎，係啊，正啊！又偷跑先屌，又偷到爆，偷緊晒啲 game 咪。
The Nazgul will be drawn to the power of the ring.
We cannot let it fall into Sauron's hands. The light of Galadriel, give it to us.
Stay your hand. My light will protect us.
唉，屌！我真係好憎呢啲 game 啊，其實。
We must move quickly.
Try to keep up.
但我已經接受咗 Dark Souls 3，Dark Souls 3因為有啲課金啫。同埋你哋想睇啫，其實我麻麻地。OK 啊，又唔係叫唔咩嘅。
Dark Souls 3又唔係完全呢種風格嚟嘅。
So joining me to talk about said unnamed game is the creative director from Microsoft Studios, Adam Eisgreen. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. Love being here.
Now, Adam, I understand that you've been in games for a long time.
I have. I am coming up on my 25th year making video games. So yes, you can actually make a career out of being in games. And you know, I got my start in the DOS days.
我估老任嗰晚真係會唔悶嘅，咪始終可能我呢個台嘅人都係近老任嘅 game 多咧，即係嘅，真係嗰個台主係中意咩人吸啲咩人翻嚟多，
都好正常嘅。
即係點解我嗰日玩洛克人會咁多人睇啫？因為大家都係嗰陣㗎嘛，要翻住。所以一定係老任嗰邊會吸引嘅。Sony 我諗都還好嘅，始終 Sony 都係日系廠，我都會有啲日系 game。
一定多過呢啲情況。
呢啲就真係算啦，真係。
每個廠都有佢啲特色，即係 EA 咁多運動係嘅。如果你唔係玩運動 game， 你真係又係成個 EA 冇新嘢㗎。超勁㗎嘛！
我睇咗㗎啦，羅子少。我哋都係中意美少女戰士多過神奇女俠，冇錯。
咁我都
係啊，婚紗小天使多過神奇女俠嗰啲。
我都係。
好撚憎 Marvel 嗰啲，唔係話都唔係話佢好撚憎嘅。又偷跑想俾人封帳號是但啊！都話咯，如果假如零隻我真係死嘅，下一條 channel 會叫零訂閱，大家記住啦。
呢個你中意啦
！Age of Empire 正。唯一就中意嘅美系 game 啊！哇，科技嘅 edition 我屌你，我真係好靚喎！
嗱，有啲驚喜啊！我呢個，
但係真係好靚喎呢個。
不過可以講啦，嗱，唔知道中意啊，我係超級憎呢隻 game 嘅。
但係 AOM 嚟喎呢隻係。
我係超級憎呢隻戰士戰鬥遊戲啊，尤其是係呢類啊。
呢個係 M 嚟嘅喎。係咪啊？
啊！佢話呢屬鏡牌喎，唔係 M 喎。
但係呢一個界面係 M 嚟喎，呢一個界面係唔似係咩？
你熟啲啊呢
個。又唔係喎，有少少似係 E 喎。
係啦，佢講到明係呢套 M 牌啦。
新 title 定咩啊？但係呢個。
係啦。
呢個正喎呢個。呢個要玩翻喎，呢個要玩翻喎。呢個要玩翻喎，呢個零隻就會玩呢個，肯定。Big Sue 啊，阿 K 可能會 join。要睇下先呢個，呢個真係要聽，呢個要聽，呢個要聽。
Tell me about Age of Empires, man.
Man, you know, nobody has been able to play this game except that they found the CD-ROMs for the last 20 years.
And what's a CD-ROM?
No, really. These day and age, like, who even has a drive? You know, and this has been such a labor of love for us at Microsoft and our development partner at Forgotten Empires to bring back Age of Empires in such a wonderful, definitive edition so everyone can experience it.
I want to talk about all the stuff we saw in the trailer start to finish. Talk to me about the graphics. Those sprites are gorgeous.
We have redone every single asset in the original Age of Empires. Every animation, every tile set, everything that made Age of Empires great.
嚇，Pick 你係冇睇我玩 AOC 啊？我玩 AOC 一啲都唔渣嘅喎，其實。
Because I remember just watching the sprites move around in the original.
我係唔渣嘅，雖然我唔係叫好勁啦而家，但係一啲都唔渣喎玩 AOC。
Ton of work has gone into making the game and the presentation amazing.
What about audio?
Oh, yeah. So we've re-orchestrated and re-recorded the entire soundtrack to the game using...
係咯，你諗下 Table Face 都係睇 AOC 睇呢個台嘅。
It sounds wonderful. The people at studios are constantly begging us to get the soundtrack already.
Now, I have to ask, there were some aspects to the gameplay back then that were a little janky. Have there been any updates to the gameplay in that regard?
Yes. So not only have we done things like improved Find Path, which is, of course, always a big thing in RTS games, we've gone in and actually modernized the UI. A lot of people forget that original Age didn't even have an idle villagers button. So all of that stuff, attack, move, all of those things that people have come to expect.
Control
in RTS,
groups?
Yes. Control groups.
1A.
Yep. So all of that stuff is all in the game now. So we've taken all of the learnings from the Age games that followed and brought it up to those standards.
And you know, speaking of modernization, I saw that it said Xbox Live multiplayer, which, as you may or may not know, that.
但係 Xbox Live 點樣玩咩啊？點樣玩 AOC？我幻想唔到喎呢件事。係咩？我不停咁串人咩？唔好意思啊，Table Face。但係 AOC 我真係唔叫渣，唔係我唔可以叫好勁咯，但係我絕對唔可以叫渣咯 AOC。我從來都唔會講我自己叫渣。
Yes, so game will be out later this year, but you can go right now to ageofempires.com and sign up for our multiplayer beta. You know, RTS games are really, you know, multiplayer is so important. And we want to make sure that
sign up for the beta
喎。Absolute best we can make it. Right. So, you know, multiplayer, please come sign, play with us, make the game great.
You asked me before we hopped on, I wanted to say one more.
你會可以轉翻俾我，我而家想講咩先
We understand that it's the 20th anniversary of Age of Empires. What is it you wanted to say?
喂 WTF 我俾條 link 我，我想入多次。
Franchise will be 20. It's hitting its 20 mark October this year. You know, and this is the start here at E3 with you. Is the start of the celebration of 20 years of Age of Empires. And that party is going to roll. We're going to continue that. So you're going to hear from us again in Cologne, Germany at Gamescom in August. And we're going to be having a really wonderful Age of Empires event there.
ageofempire.com.
I think stuff you're going to want to hear.
I think I'm going to want to hear it. Yes, you tease.
我哋都係重播見到思豪玩 AOE 啊！我都話呢個台啲人個台主玩啲咩咁自然就有啲咩人翻嚟㗎啦。
And with that, our slew of announcements comes to an end. Before we depart, let's head back up to the mezzanine with Sonia for one last hello.
Thank you, Sean. I had an amazing time being a part of some awesome game reveals and kicking it with you guys today. If you want any more information on any of the games that you saw today, go to pcgamer.com. If you want to hang out with me and check me out on the internet, at OMG It's Firefox, pretty much everywhere. I had a blast, and for one last time, back to you, Sean.
Sign up loud.
Sonia. I gotta say, it was a blast. I hope you had a great time. Thank you all so much for coming out. All of you who braved LA in the morning. All of you who tuned in online. Thanks to our sponsors, Intel, Microsoft, Bohemia, Tripwire, Cygames, and Nexon for help making this event possible. It is an absolute pleasure to have your support. And I'd also like to give a shout out to all the developers and the publishers at their recent conferences that have been going on in the last week. We were super excited about the titles there and following them closely. We hope that you enjoyed what we had to share with you today. And as crazy as it sounds, E3 starts tomorrow. So we hope that you get the chance to get your hands on some of the titles that were announced in the last week that you're pumped for. From all the folks at PC Gamer and from me, Day 9, have a wonderful day and go play some video games. We'll see you next year.
Oh, again. That's it. Got it.
呢 part 完啦。
2點40分。
就
啲人話我 Table Fish 話肥波咁樣就完，你點樣睇點樣剪精華？
我嗰啲精華，你有冇睇我嘅精華？唔係喺呢度剪出嚟㗎，我係真係另外再拍一個懶人包去講嗰個廠有咩新 game 公佈咗嘅。
好嘢。
我 Table Fish 你係睇翻Day One EA 嗰集已經出咗㗎啦。
OK，very good。咁我哋呢一個嘅 PC Gaming 嘅記者會就唔知睇咗啲乜，真係唔知睇咗啲乜。仲有喎。哦，呢啲係 Chat 嗰邊自己。
好啦，咁就
可以唔使理佢啦。
我哋停一停，休息一陣啦。4月4點。
幾多點啊？而家幾多點啊？睇下先。
3.9又再翻嚟咯。
3.9啊，好啊，3.9我哋又再開啊，咁啊，大家可以到時睇翻兩邊台啦。3.9睇 UB，3.9見，係咁，拜拜。